Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Intuitive Energy Forecast for March 8th, 2022. I'm Arlene Grace, an intuitive energy coach, master numerologist, and channel. So as I feel into today's energy, there's just this wave. And the vision that comes forth today that's presenting itself is this Trinity. And the Trinity is that of God, Goddess, Creator, right? And male and female. And really playing with this energy of power and identifying who we are in it. And this month is the 9 energy. And if you've been listening to me for a while, it's this energy that's inviting us into simplicity, to release complication and to let go of ideas, thoughts, beliefs. You can be feeling it within your own body, within your own physical body, releasing what no longer serves us. It can be in physical life where you may find yourself, purging and letting go of things. You may be feeling as though you are different. And it's interesting because this energy goes hand in hand with today, which is Women's International Day, right? And so I kind of want to invite in this energy of Happy International Empowerment Day, right? Because when I feel in today's energy, it is that of the 2 spades and the 8. And the 8 is all about power. It's all about flow and movement and momentum. And it really speaks to the word that comes through is abuse. Our abuse of power, how we may orchestrate and manipulate and control others in order to receive something back. And that's the 2 spades energy, where the 2 spades energy feels, the 2 spades were a person, they, on the lower perception, need others in order to fulfill them. 1 + 1 = 2, but not whole. And so it's this energy of, I must go and, the old paradigm, you complete me, right? Part of the vows would be, I am marrying you because you complete me and I complete you and we are together. And there's this separation of that, and separation might not be a good word, but this, pulling away at that to discover, well, I'm actually whole, and so are you. We don't actually complete one another. We come together to share this beautiful experience of love, of business partnership, of, dynamic between child and mother, and whatever those relationships and whatever those experiences you want to have. There's this, I am me and I am whole, and you are you and you are whole, and let's come together to share this. Right? Let's come together to share this experience, rather than playing in this energy of codependence. Because in this energy of codependence comes this drama triangle, right? There's this expectation that, oh my goodness, well, you must do this for me because I believe you expect that I must do something for you, which really is this virus that we have in society, that we are conditioned to believe that others must do things for us and us do the same for others. And so many of us give until we resent, because we're continuing to give our energy. We're continuing to do things for others with the expectation that it will be returned. And then when it's not, we are resentful. Same thing with the bully. Right? Where we bully others into doing things, we manipulate them into doing things for us. We play the guilt trip. We play the, I did this for you. And so, I'm going to tell you to do this. And so you express through anger, per se, for instance, right? And so our invitation today is to ask ourselves, well, one, what does it mean to be empowered? And 2, if you are a woman, to ask yourself, well, what does it mean to be a woman? How do I define that? How do I What is my truth with that? Not how does society dictate, not how my family tells me. It's coming back into simplicity. How do I define myself as a woman? And of course, if you're a man, how do I identify myself as a man? And of course, he, she, all of these other, abbreviations of that, of course, coming back to how do I identify myself, right? We're moving through this energy, and it takes me to this vision of, like, in the 1960s, there were all of these, these events and experiences that took place, this revolution of sorts. There was this consciousness, like this increase in consciousness that arrived, where men and women were coming into this discovery of freedom within their own bodies, freedom to who they were, right? And so there was Woodstock, and there was, all of these celebrations, and there were all these coming togethers. There were all of these, convoys, these freedom convoys, not with trucks, but with dancing and with music and with, marching and all of these things coming into, I want to identify who I am. And so I want to be free in my body and free of what society had told me prior to the 1960s. What, right? And so we're moving in that direction again now. You can feel it. And so in this discovery of that, there was also this taking on of new ideas, new constructs. In the 1960s, women then went out into the workforce. I am woman, hear me roar, and here I am, and I can do what a man can do. I can do everything that a man can do. And so I want to be in the workforce. And so women went out into the workforce, right? Women worked in all of these, these factories and all these places because there was war. And so women were needed in those spaces. And so, yes, they absolutely showed that they could. But there was a little bit of a forgetting. Women are naturally intuitive. We all are naturally intuitive. And yet women are emotional. We feel, and we use these emotions and our feelings in order to help us to feel our own intuition. It's just natural. It's part of the mechanics within our bodies. It's part of who we are as humans. And there was a little bit of a forgetting of that as we started to take on these masculine energies of do. We started to, be more masculine, forgetting what it was to be feminine, forgetting what it was to be a woman per se, right? That we went from one side of this polarity, because that's what this energy is all about, polarities of masculine, feminine, good, evil, black, white, abundance, lack, all of these things. There was a little bit of forgetting, and many of us moved on to this other side, right? Many of us interjected ourselves into corporate. I know. I played in the boys' club, right? And so we took on this energy, which may have been a mask for some, in order to fit in, forgetting our own emotions, forgetting our feelings. And there's this invitation to come back to that, right? Many of us hid away from that. And of course, on the masculine side, there's this invitation for men to ask themselves, well, what does feminine energy feel like in my body? Am I willing to feel? Am I willing to allow in the emotions to flow through? Because of course, part of this prescription for men was that we are not meant to feel. We are not meant to feel emotions or have these feelings. In fact, it was, described as weak. Don't cry, boys don't cry, right? Men don't wear pink, way back in the day, not even that far back. There were all of these ideas and these constructs that we took on as truth. But your invitation today is to ask yourself, well, what is my truth? Coming back into simplicity and allowing all of that to just kind of be pushed back for a moment and coming back to me. How do I identify myself? Do I feel safe feeling my emotions? Do I feel safe feeling? Right? Because in all of this, we as humans, we have both energies. We have both masculine and feminine energies. And then we have these ideas of how we should play with them. And so come back. What does it mean to have masculine energy flowing through me? What does it feel like? Just call it in and see. And allow yourself to be in that space of re-identifying who you are, regardless of sex or gender. Who am I as a woman, as a man, whatever, as a human? And then how does it feel to be in my power? How do I want to experience my relationships as I come back into navigating? Well, if I am in my power, I am empowered, and I wish to experience great love or extraordinary love and intimacy and romance and all of these things with another, then what does that look like? What does this look like? And coming back into this wholeness. This entire year is all about reminding us that we are whole. So what does that mean for you to be whole? Now, it doesn't mean that you do not connect with others, that you do not need things from each other, that we don't support one another. Of course we do. But there's this invitation as you pull back and feel this sense of power, this sense of empowerment within you, that you now start to ask yourself, okay, well, what is it that I need from my partner? What is it that I'm expecting from him or her? What is it that I'm expecting from my kids? And coming back to, am I willing to give myself that first? You first, then others. Am I willing to give whatever it is that I'm needing from them, whether that's love or validation or commitment, etc., etc., etc.? Am I willing to give myself love first? Fill this need here first with love, and then go communicate with my partner. Am I willing to commit to me first? Am I willing to decide? And then go to my partner, right? So that you can start to break free, right? Break free of these confines of control. Because that's really what this is all about. Discovering these places where we are trying to control others when we have no control over others, right? And coming back here. It's always going to begin here. And so today, with this energy, what does it feel like to be empowered? What does it feel like to be a woman? How do I define that? What does it feel like? What does it look like in my mind? What is true for me? And of course, if you're a man, what does it feel like to be a man? What does it feel like to be masculine? Am I willing to feel my emotions? Am I willing to feel? Am I willing to bring that into my whole being? And as I do, navigating these ideas and these belief systems that may not match. Boys don't cry, they're not supposed to feel. I can't feel, feeling is weak, all of those things. And beginning there, as we move through this month, coming into simplicity. Beautiful. questions, comments, please feel free to share. And of course, we began the 5 days of miracles yesterday, and there's still time to join. If you are curious, then I invite you to click the link that I post below. And yeah, I hope to see you there. Sending you all so much love, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.